Angel. Buffy gets closer to Mystery Man Angel, but discovers that he is a vampire.
Oh boy, an episode centered on Angel, the most interesting character. Sign me up. We open with Airplane Kid from that Anointed One episode, just hanging out with the Master, skipping rocks, playing some Mario Party, And the Master says he will send out the Three to take down Buffy.
And we cut to 3 skinhead types, and I wondered how they were going to be a threat. But then these 3 vampires show up wearing weird metal armor. Did they just walk around in public like that?
We cut to the Bronze, which it turns out is probably violating every health code regulation.
The fumigation party. It's an annual tradition. The closing of the Bronze for a few days to nuke the cockroaches.
Buffy talks to Willow about Angel, and there's some really corny dialogue.
When he is around, it's like the lights dim everywhere else. You know how it's like that with some guys?
And Xander is not funny, and then Buffy leaves. It turns out Angel was there the whole time, watching from the shadows like a weirdo.
On the way home, Buffy is attacked by Danny Trejo and his friends, and seems to be overpowered very easily. But Angel shows up armed with a one-liner.
Good dogs don't.
The fight is now 2-on-3, which is better odds than usual, so why not try to fight them? It seemed weird that they gave up right away. Then they all run to Buffy's house. It seems like a mistake letting them know where she lives.
And it seemed weird that the vampires gave up right away once they get back to the house.
Angel says,
A vampire can't come in unless it's invited.
and then Buffy basically says, come on, let's go take your shirt off.
Buffy's mom comes home and asks who Angel is. Buffy says he's a student, but then realizes how ridiculous that sounds because he looks way too old to be a high school student, like her.
She pretends to send Angel home, but then they go up to her room, and she tells him to keep his back turned while she changes. She sure is into that.
And Angel gives us some backstory, and that his family is dead, and he hasn't had sex for a really long time. Those are both very important things for his character, apparently.
The next day, she brags to everybody about sleeping in the same room with him, and we get some annoying jealousy from Xander, and Giles says he knows who the 3 are,
Warrior vampires, very proud and very strong.
and that having failed, they will offer their lives to the Master.
I like that he at least offered an explanation as to how he knows.
You always know what's going on. I never know what's going on.
We weren't here from midnight until 6 researching it.
Then we see the Master going all Uncle Ben on the Anointed One.
With power comes responsibility.
He makes it sound like he's sparing the 3, but then he has Darla kill them anyway. I didn't really get the point of that scene.
It's revealed that the cage in the library is full of weapons, and Buffy and Giles go at it. And I suspected it would go the way it did, but I was kind of hoping that Giles would be super good.
This made me question where Giles lives, and why he thought the best place to store all his weapons was the library in the high school, and how he even got all that stuff in there in the first place.
He probably came in at night.
Quit trying to explain it!
He's got keys.
When Buffy goes home, Angel is still there for some reason. Buffy thought he had been reading her diary and gives away that she was writing about him, but it turns out that her mother had been in there rearranging things, which Angel says he watched from the closet, which is also weird. Where does it say that romances with vampires must involve weird, creepy behavior?
And we continue the scene from before, which ends in a makeout session and the reveal that Angel is a vampire. Buffy freaks out, and when her mom comes in and asks what happened, Buffy says,
Nothing. I saw a shadow.
but she was doing this. Must have been one hell of a shadow.
I did like how they show Angel kind of skidding down the roof after he jumps out, instead of having him just disappear like Batman. The next day at school, she's telling the gang about everything, and when she asks if a vampire could be a good person, Giles says,
A vampire isn't a person at all. It may have the movements, the memories, even the personality of the person that it took over, but it's still a demon at the core. There is no halfway.
and Xander takes the opportunity to swoop in and be a dick.
You're in love with a vampire? What, are you out of your mind?
We've established that we don't think he's very funny, but this whole scene was particularly grating. And then we cut to somewhere, and we see Angel going into a room in an industrial-looking area, and he turns on a light that provides absolutely no illumination whatsoever. For a second, I thought I had accidentally switched to X-Files.
Ouch, that hurts, man. Angel encounters Darla, one of the Master's flunkies, and reveals that he's not in league with them.
And she reveals that they know each other and have participated in massive slaughters in the past.
Meanwhile, everyone is doing research in the library, and I like how Xander is the only one who's on the very first page of his book.
Giles turns up information about a vampire named Angelus, who came to America from Ireland 80 years ago and seemingly stopped hunting people. And I wondered who compiled all that information.
Darla has a plan to have Angel kill Buffy out of self-defense, and the Master's cool with it.
And we get some goofy humor with the Master parenting Airplane Kid.
You see how we all work together for the common good? That's how a family is supposed to function.
Then we get Willow teaching Buffy about the Civil War.
They're having some girl talk, but they're overheard by Darla.
Willow tells Buffy her most intimate fantasy.
I have this fantasy that Xander's just gonna grab me and kiss me right on the lips.
And I wondered what the hell she sees in Xander, especially after how much he keeps mooning over Buffy and making an ass of himself at every possible opportunity. And I like how Willow says about Angel.
And it is kind of novel how he'll stay young and handsome forever.
Buffy's mom is home alone, and she hears a strange sound, but just kind of blows it off.
I was distracted in this scene by the fact that one of the knives in this knife holder is upside down.
Give it an F.
Turns out Darla is at the door, and she claims she's there to help Buffy with her studies, so her mom invites her in. Then Angel arrives, but he doesn't want to knock because that would be weird.
He hears Buffy's mom getting attacked, so he busts in, and then Buffy shows up, and it appears that Angel actually attacked her mom.
She throws him out the window and says she'll kill him if he comes back. Why didn't she kill him right then? She's supposed to be torn up about everything with Angel, but she barely knows him.
And instead of, explaining what happened, he just runs away.
When Buffy's mom is in the hospital, I liked her reaction to Giles.
The librarian from your school. What's he doing here?
Buffy says she's stupid for inviting Angel in even after she knew what he was, but that didn't happen. She hasn't seen him again since he vamped out.
So Buffy goes on the offensive, and Buffy's mom reveals to Giles that Darla was the friend she mentioned earlier and hadn't pointed that out because TV.
The whole situation felt almost like something you'd see in a sitcom, but I wasn't laughing.
Because there wasn't a laugh track to tell me when to laugh.
Was she studying with Darla? I mean, she is trying.
Darla, I don't believe I know.
Her friend, the one who came over tonight.
Darla came to your house tonight. She's the friend that you mentioned earlier.
Poor thing, I must have frightened her half to death when I fainted. Someone should really check and make sure she's all right.
Yes, someone should, right away. I'll do it.
Buffy finds Angel in the bronze, and they start fighting. And still, Angel does not say, hey, I didn't attack your mom, it was Darla, because TV.
And Buffy still hesitates to kill him, which I thought was really lame.
And Angel reveals that he's under a curse.
Gypsies. They restored my soul. You have no idea what it's like to have done the things I've done. And to care.
And Buffy asks why he didn't just say he didn't bite her mom, and he brushes it off with a non-answer.
I didn't bite her.
And why didn't you say something?
But I wanted to. I can walk like a man, but I'm not one.
I wanted to. Let me talk about something else.
Yeah. The entire situation felt very contrived and artificial.
And then Darla, the vampire who bites people and uses supernatural abilities to kill people, shows up and naturally has 2 gigantic handguns.
I thought that was funny, but I did kind of like the fact that it is practical to try to just shoot somebody instead of trying to get up close and risk getting staked. It's a good thing she knew the unlimited ammo cheat because she just keeps shooting bullets all over the place. Angel sneaks up behind Darla with a triumphant stock lion roar.
And he takes Darla out, and it's revealed that she's actually a Zerg.
The next day, or something,
the 90s appear as Buffy and Angel meet up at the bronze.
I feel like he's still watching me.
Well, in a way, he sort of is. In the way of that he's right over there.
Angel says he just wanted to see if she was okay, but they were both there when he killed Darla. Why didn't he just talk to her then? Angel says he can't be with her, and Buffy says the same thing, but I didn't get why.
Right.
And then they make out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they had to stay away from each other.
Angel, overall?
I did not give this one an F, which is probably the best compliment I've given this show so far. At least we get some kind of coherent story and a little bit of Angel's background, and now Buffy has some sort of actual connection to Angel to build on. I liked how Xander was toned down a little bit, but he's still a fucking idiot. There was a lot less stupid crap in this episode, which surprisingly made it not suck as much, but it was still pretty dumb. I am hoping Buffy's mom, as well as other characters, will reference this episode later, because now she's involved. It wasn't terrible, but there were still a lot of things that didn't make much sense. I gave it a C-.
I gave it a D+. This was not nearly as bad as the episodes right before, but all of the conflict in this episode was based on a relationship that literally has not existed up until now. If Buffy and Angel had actually been together and known each other a little bit, instead of just thinking each other was hot, maybe her having to fight him would have had an impact, but that wasn't the case, and I kept thinking, why doesn't she just kill him? And it was the same situation with the three, where we're supposed to just accept that they're important because that's what we're told, but they don't actually do anything.
Yeah, I actually totally forgot about them until you mention it right now.
That's what you call quality writing. The early stuff with Buffy and Angel before she found out he was a vampire, I thought mostly worked pretty well, but everything after that felt like the surface level of an actual story, and relied way too much on sitcom-style contrivances. At least we know a little bit more about Angel now. Overall, it is a step in the right direction, but not a very big one.